We're finally here. This is essentially the finale for My Hero Academia, the manga chapter reads. We have a big one, considering we've been gone for technically a whole month of coverage.
Sorry.
It's also my bad too. I have a lot of conventions that happen in July, so it just doesn't work out as far as the rescheduling. So let me just tell y'all, we're going to cover 427, 428, 429, and of course the last one, 430. Without further ado,
It's really good. I like it.
yeah, dude. Can we actually? You know what? Just for the sake of it, can we do like a recap on like what happened on the previous chapter? I think 426. Oh yeah, oh my god, I can't believe we like left off from here.
It's been a minute, man.
It's been a hot minute. We wrapped up with the Todoroki gang. That's what happened. Got that closure with like Toya. We transitioned over to Hawks, and then it was Spinner at the hospital, and that's when we hit the door opening for that. So starting off 427. Who was Tomura Shigaraki? Really?
Tenko. Easy question. Next.
Next chapter, guys. Moving along. Chop chop. It's pretty much just a general like open question for a lot of civilians getting prompted the question. This guy in glasses. Yeah, he was a terrifying fellow. Thank goodness he was defeated. It's a pair of girls over here. Well, my friend got killed by that vicious murderer. Honestly, this blows. My life's like totally messed up now. Other girl. Yeah, also my house is destroyed. That's valid. That's very valid. Both of them.
Fair.
Actually, yeah, I should probably give context too. They give like some like context for some of the characters. So that office worker earlier, age 35. These two girls, they're both like age 21. And here's this old lady, age 70. She was like, I can't help but wonder if they couldn't have stopped him sooner. And we have this restaurant owner here, age 30. Look, everyone thought that freak was a 2-bit punk at first. Nobody expected him to turn into such a threat. Same.
Also true.
So yeah, I feel that.
Like once he actually like started doing his own thing, we were like, oh.
We cut over to the next page.
Was that Scooby Doo?
Yeah. Top right refrigerator. It's a Ruby Roo. Though the restoration is moving along at a brisk pace, thanks to the outpouring of international support and volunteers, those efforts have yet to reach some parts of the nation. Mountains and rubble yet to be cleared show the widespread extent of damage. It's pretty much just showing like the restoration efforts. We cut to Spinner and Deku on the other side. Looks like they're going to be talking. A great number of citizens have turned their had their lives turned upside down by the unprecedented wave of terrorism inflicted by the League of Villains. Who exactly was the League's leader, Tomura Shigaraki? Find out now in part 2 of the special report.
Da-da-da.
Yeah, it really is. Hey, listen, those newsflash like themes like slap. Cuts over to it's so interesting because yeah, this is Spinner back to his like normal form, and they showed like a little flashback of like how he completely like changed.
Dark Souls boss.
Really? I hear the cleric piece like right now. He was in the process of becoming a full-fledged like Nomu as his body, and this is some guy providing context between Spinner and Deku.
This Koopa right here.
This Koopa right here, as his body was unable to withstand multiple quirks like body bulk and scale mail. However,
just for the people at home to know, he's got a mushroom for a head. That's why I say that.
However, thanks to the great strides we've made in Nomu research, we just barely managed to halt the process before it progressed too far. Here's Spinner. Pretty shameless of you to strut on here, murderer. Deku's over here. I'm not here to deny that, only to deliver Shigaraki's parting words.
He just said he's owning it. He said I did what I had to do.
Yeah, like he tried to stop him, but like it was really like a Hawks moment where like there was nothing he could really do.
No other choice.
And Spinner's like, oh yeah? Here to kick a guy while he's down? You're one sick puppy, you know? Deku's thinking, if Spinner survived, tell him this. Now Deku speaks. You survived. So here's the message. Even to the better end, Tomura Shigaraki kept fighting to destroy. That was his final words. And Spinner's like, huh? Deku says nothing. And Spinner continues, Shigaraki told you to say that? Yes, to you, Spinner. Me? Toga and Dabi too, yeah? And Compress? No, only you. just a quick exchange. Oh my god. How they're able to convey like emotions like this in just still frames is kind of crazy.
You can really see it.
Shigaraki was my shining hope.
My carry in League of Legends.
Truly. Oh, I play League.
Everyone always remembers that moment when they say League of Legends is canon in the My Hero universe.
It's crazy, dude. With a smile, he said we destroyed everything. He transformed Daika into a gnarly crater. He represented me and my voice.
He's getting a little big now.
He's getting big. When I was oppressed for who I am, I was ready to give up on life. I was just some stinking heteromorph. There we go. After all.
Well, what we see here is he's got that body mass increase right now going on. And he said, "No." He said, "No, no, stop. I decided not to dwell on that crap. Too painful to think back on." We see him even getting bigger, but he gave a guy like me a dream to cling to. I had hope for major change. I dreamt I could be somebody. We see our mushroom head man. You don't have to put up with this from him. If need be, I can subdue. And he's like, nope. He holds up his hand like, nope, let him
cook. Let him cook.
As we see a crying Spinner putting his hands around Izuku, like grabbing him, saying, "Tomura Shigaraki was my hero." You see the tears dripping down. Oh man,
this is intense.
And it says once again they show the interview of who was Tomura Shigaraki really.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this is an older man here, destroying the world just for the heck of it. That ain't a worthy cause, just a temper tantrum without a lick of sense behind it. Spinner talking, crying again.
This lie.
Was a gamer.
He was a gamer! Go ahead, continue.
There we see more people. The ongoing investigation by the authorities is revealing that the man had quite the tragic past. Figuring out the root cause matters, sure, but let's not turn this into some sob story, or else sympathizers might be converted to the cause all over again. Now you see, I do agree with that point.
Oh yeah, I can't see that.
And we see Spinner again. The whole time I was a shut-in. Video games were all I had. And he was also a fan of all my faves.
He's like me for real.
We see this guy. He's like a bearded. He's got a little bit of a beard.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be said, and we've got to say it with our whole hearts. So allow me. The guy was a piece of crap. Spinner. He was my very first friend. It's like, we see Izuku. Shigaraki told me he needed to be a hero to you all. The League of Villains held a special place in his heart. And I'm sure he felt the same way about you as you did him. As you see Spinner closing his eyes, crying more. Which is why I think he wanted to let you know. We see Spinner back when he was before all of this.
Mm-hmm.
I got caught up in the frenzy. And at some point I stopped dwelling on the idea that we were past the point of no return. I've always been too slow on the uptake. We see him looking at Shigaraki when he was suffering in the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
If only I'd taken one more step, then just maybe I could have saved my hero and friend. He's kind of blaming himself in a sense. Like if he had stepped up sooner, maybe he could have saved Shigaraki.
Yeah, it's tough though because it was all for one. He's the one pulling all the strings. He was the one who set this all up.
Yeah, and I guess he's like, how could he rebel against him? He'd destroy him in a second.
Yeah.
Is the interview going on now? And maybe the next Tomura Shigaraki or All for One is out there, waiting with bated breath. We have to keep an eye out for the next threat. Is this Spinner? You bunch are gonna keep fighting, right? Sooner or later. I bet you'll all forget about Tomura Shigaraki. In the League. Just smiles and good times for you. Well, I'm gonna write a book. One about Tomura Shigaraki, the symbol of fear. And about how the League of Villains live to destroy. A book that'll stick it to you heroes forever and ever. The past never dies. And I'll spin the tale of Tomura Shigaraki.
Dobby said that. Right. Yo. Anyway,
we see Izuku make it a comic book. And he said, "Huh?"
That's crazy. He wrote My Hero Academia. Sorry, continue.
And then we see I know, right? And then we see Izuku, and don't worry. You're up.
And yeah, don't worry. I won't ever forget. Deku looks confidently towards Spinner. The Spinner's like, Well, I got a message too. Tell your octopus pal to give life all he's got.
Hey, he's not too far gone.
All right, it looks like we cut over to Tsukachi and All Might. They're in the waiting room. How'd it go, kid? This is from All Might. Did you pass on the message? Degu's like, yeah. Here's Tsukachi. Regarding your request about Chisaki. Right.
We're getting that. We're finally getting that info, boy.
Last time we checked in with Chisaki, he wanted to meet with the boss. He wanted to help revive him and also apologize. But he needed to apologize to Eri. That was the deal. Cut over to, yeah, it's pretty much a prison here. Shows Chisaki on one side. Yeah. And yeah, Dad's awake over here. What a sorry state you're in, he says. Chisaki. Boss. You were never supposed to come out of that coma. Oh, you mean that quirk you did to me? Too bad for you. They're making a huge strides with support items these days. And I ain't your boss. The gang's done and gone. Oh my god. I don't want to laugh because it's kind of like sad too, but it's Chisaki. He has no hands, so he just pushes his head against the...
Are you talking about this? I was like, are you like me? You're looking at the slave and you're like, don't laugh.
It's not that.
It's not exactly funny, but it's like...
It's funny because like he doesn't have... This implies that he has nothing to cling to as far as the glass, so he just has his forehead.
Ding.
Boss! He says, I said to never stray from the path of humanity. Now look how you wound up.
For real, though. He did.
True. I was always there reaching out with a guiding hand, teaching you not to head down the wrong path. I'm guessing Kurono never talked back to you and never talked back. It took you to task, huh? Chisaki's... Well, he's just balling right now. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, boss.
What's because his boss is like a father figure to him.
Too little, too late. It's Eri who deserves a lifetime of sorry somehow. Anyhow. Nah, that girl go on to forget all about you. But don't you dare forget what you put her through. And make no mistake. I'll be taking you to task till the day you go to hell. Woo!
In the fan translation, they instead of saying that, they usually just say like, till the day you die. But this is what they actually specifically said that. I think the boss is gonna try to, beat him into shape the best he can.
Yeah, I think honestly, like given this state, like Chisaki can change, but I don't know what he's gonna do going forward. Thank you, Detective Tsukachi. Deku says as he's rolling All Might alongside Tsukachi next to him. The Tsukachi continues, of course. This is a much better option than making Eri relive that nightmare. Fair enough. Yeah, Deku continues. What can we do to make it all stop for good, Tsukachi? It's not gonna stop. Well, we could ask Hawks to drum up an army's worth of heroes. Huh? Hawks wields that kind of power? I'm just joking. Look sharp. Frowns upside down, people. I see, like, just a panel of just birds chirping. I'm used to this little trope right here. The new first years are joining our lessons today, so we can't be all doom and gloom around them. But we'll barely see them going forward. There's not much contact between grade levels in the hero courses.
Smile, everyone, smiles.
What is going on here? It starts the next page and last page for this chapter. Just starts with a big eek. Todoroki. Oh my god. It's it's dynamite. Oh, I get it. They're getting fans. I got it. They're like, can I get your contact info? All these girls just hounding down Todoroki and Bakugo. I'm a huge fan. You're so awesome. Ski. Let me take a selfie with you. Todoroki's like, what on earth? And Bakugo's like, expel them all right now. Last panel is it's Izuku. And then
seething jealousy.
These first years are intense. Yeah, that's the end of the chapter. So they were able to wrap up situations going on with Chisaki and the boss, and also finally pass on the last words for Spinner. So we'll go ahead. We'll start with you, Mark, to start us off.
Ooh, okay. You see, I saw his live battle against All For One. I've been a fan of Todoroki since the sports festival. Same. He's the reason I chose this career path. Same here. Me too. If you couldn't tell, this is all the students. Ida playing the hey, get away from them role, like he's blocking Bakugo and
The true class rep.
Please understand that your role models are only human. You mustn't hound them, lest you turn into an unruly mob and frighten them. Then we see Todoroki, happy to chat, but one at a time, please. And then we see Ida again. See, it takes a lot to make Todoroki flee from a conversation. Bakugo, they were running in the hallway, Prez. You hear me? Running. And then we see, indeed, rules exist for a reason. Then we see the students here again. I guess this is Ida still talking to them. Furthermore, they're still
convalescing,
I think, in the wake of their battles. Grant them rest and repose they require.
All the first years at this point, they're all shocked, like,
oh. Ida doing his ever classic hand motions, and then we say, "We're so sorry about this." As they're all bowing, we spotted them and couldn't help ourselves. So we look over here and we see
there's Shinzo.
Yeah, we see our boy Shinzo, and we see Spinner.
Or
Spinner.
Sarah. Yeah, we can just go Sarah.
Sarah and Spinner. Why I keep saying Spinner? I would have thought Bakugo relishes in an adoring crowd, is what Shinzo is saying over to Sarah. Even he gets flustered by that many fans, I guess. We see Kaminari. Mineta not looking too happy.
I feel kind of bad for them.
Shinzo. We see it's an all black too. That text bubble from Kaminari. Meh, must be nice.
His villain origin story right here.
Izuku, girls have always kept their distance from Kacchan, so maybe he's not used to female attention? I've known him for years. We see Shinzo. Oh, surprising. And then we see
Mineta, so spiteful.
I know, he's like, not surprising at all, damn it. I'll give the guy props for his heroics, but bad boys do not deserve to get chicks. Get lost already. Eek, sorry again. Right, not surprising. Now I see it. We see one of the students says, past Ida's shoulder, excuse me, Midoriya-senpai.
Oh, he's senpai now.
This man gives me main character of this class energy. I saw you in that fight, and it gave me all sorts of courage. Like, I felt like I had to stand up and do something myself. You were super inspiring. I really mean it. So, thank you. And sorry to bother you. Then we see a close-up of Spinner's face, and Izuku said, oh, okay. And they say, this pain. Midoriya and Todoroki get a pass, but bad boys don't deserve chicks. We see Mineta crying blood, grabbing Bakugo by his tie. My soul won't accept it.
I won't allow it.
And then we see Uraraka, Mina, and Tsuyu. Hey, come on. Those battles were nuts, yeah? That's from Kaminari, but we see that goes over them.
Actually, that's from...
Kirishima.
Yeah.
Excuse me, my words are everywhere today. And then we see Uraraka, and I don't think this is her saying this, but I think it's just people talking. And they were at the center of it all. So can you really blame those kids? Staff room.
Don't forget that zing. That zing.
We see the staff room. We see President Mike and Aizawa. The media this is President Mike first. The media is asking to interview Class 2A again. Aizawa, I'm saying no. Let's go over to Ectoplasm. He said, some of them would welcome the chance, yes. Mineta, for one.
Yeah,
Probably, yeah. That's fair. We see Aizawa, but others wouldn't. They take priority. We see President Mike kind of just looking down, agreeing with him, like, eh.
Yeah.
Then we see everyone surrounded in this area. This place is a ruin.
Really? Is that USJ?
No, it says they're on. Today we're on reconstruction duty, so they're just rebuilding society right now. You see Izuku walking up.
He's got a slightly different look to him.
Slightly. And then we see our two familiar faces of Fat Gum and Best Jeanist. Fat Gum says, if it ain't Class A! Then we see Kirishima. Pumped to be working with you, Fat. And Fat, you bet. Sun Eater's here too, as my sidekick. Also, he's officially his sidekick now.
Officially.
Best Jeanist. This way, you all. We see everyone working. We see Sugar Rush is pulling what looks like a looks like a roller they use in construction, yeah. Then we see Momo saying, "Bring all metal over here, please." We see Tokoyami using Dark Shadow to move rubble. We see Todoroki. He's like, first we level the ground, right? We see Mudman over there picking up some rebar and stuff like that. Izuku going, as he just smashes some of this stuff up. Maybe he's pushing it. I think he's pushing it.
I think he's just pushing it away, yeah.
Then we see Best Jeanist. Quite the damaged denim, aren't you?
Not the denim
You really
joke.
ought to be. I know you really ought to be recuperating. Yet here you are, Kachan doing the light lifting. He said, "So you're still a pipsqueak?" As he's looking at
He's
Headshot.
headshot.
His Headshot's little right now. Still, he's like, "Worry not, I'm recovering. Albeit slowly. I even have hands now." You notice that Bakugo's new scar kind of looks like, it looks like on a heart monitor.
Baku continues. Will you ever get back to normal? Headshot. From the outset, I intended to seize the day in triumph.
He said, you bet your ass I'll be back.
Yeah, essentially. Baku kind of gives a very slight smile to that. As we get a cut over to a small panel, people like workers and just civilians alike, just like witnessing all this. You see Kirishima, Tailman, Uraka, Mina. They're all.
Shinzo back there.
Oh, is Shinzo in the back?
Yeah, I see Shinzo right there.
Oh, I see him. He's using the wires. Okay.
And then isn't that Shinji over there?
Not Shinji. I know what you were talking about.
That's Shinji.
I think different name. Shoji.
I was close.
Or as the day goes on, we have someone offering up some food. Hey, youngsters, how about lunch? Check it out.
Ooh, onigiri.
Onigiri. For us, really? Property got blown off the map in the big battle. And just Deku reflects on that, just saying what he had said earlier. We'll bring it all back. He just
You're gonna be mad when I say this. You're gonna be mad when I say this because when I saw those onigiri, for some reason, I just had that memory of Brock calling them jelly donuts. I remember that as a kid. I'm like, those are some weird looking jelly donuts.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, but all right, I'll carry on.
I was like, I mean, they do look kind of good though, but I've never had a jelly donut like that.
Anyhow, Jacob reflects on his words way back when he apologizes, considering that, he couldn't really quite say everything. But the user's like, no, not at all. I don't mean to say I hold it against you. When we saw you bunch fighting the good fight, we realized that we had no business sitting around moping. Can't ask you to handle this job all on your own. Nah, we're ready to step up and do our part to rebuild too. After this awesome feast you laid out, we'll finish the job today. Might be a little short-handed to get that done quickly. As a bus kind of rolls in. Huh. And this is Aizawa, like, huh. No other bus was scheduled to show up. Seventas is here. He opens up the door. Sorry, Razorhead. My class insisted on apologizing.
He looks so stressed.
We have the other students here. We're sorry again about earlier. We don't consider what you've done. We didn't consider what you've been through in this Kaminari. These first years are seriously intense. As I was like, and why did you humor them? Sementas. Their extreme remorse got to me. Same dude who was apologizing and also thanking Midoriya earlier. You senpai fought so hard for everyone, so now we want to help you out in return. You just get a good layout of like the lands here. We may not have our provisional licenses, and the school year's only just begun, but please let us do whatever we can.
I respect it.
Sementas here. Attend to minor tasks, okay? And don't begin in the way of the second year students. Yes, sir. It's Kirishima. These other classmen are mysterious entities, for real. Mysterious entities are crazy. We didn't prep lunch for so many though. It's fine. We're already late. We already ate. Sorry. Going to this next page here. Old Geezer's like, not sure how this came about. But I suppose one turn of good hard work inspires the next, so on. And this kind of strikes Deku specifically. As we get a shot of him, Suyu, and Araka. Su kind of turns around. Ochako? Yeah. Araka says, little by little, things are taking a positive turn. What a relief.
We see Sue eating a rice ball and Izuku just looking kind of like distraught a little bit. And we see Uraka run off. She says, oh, that's all. I'm good, Suyu. Anyway, which onigiri flavor do you want, Deku? Takana greens? Wow, same here. Yeah, Takana and umeboshi. Umeboshi, I should say. Pickled plums are top tier flavors. What a feast. Then she takes a bite of an onigiri.
Then you get that zing.
We see it look at Izuku just like something. Like he knows something's up. 7 p.m. They eased up on the dormitory requirements. Those who wanted to move back home were allowed to do so. Uraka said she's heading home for a bit. Ochako hasn't read my latest text, says Suyu. You see the camera crew from the helicopter? Oh, crap! What now? I missed it big time. in the rush to get up here in the helicopter, I didn't realize the camera battery was dead. I just see all the twice clones.
Yeah, I think they were like phasing out, actually.
That we see Uraraka looking over the city. That day, there was no camera there to capture the end of our battle. The cityscape's looking back to normal already. Little by little, things are taking a positive turn. What a relief. Feels like nothing has gotten better ever since then. It's like the sun is setting and the shadows are growing long. Unlike those other times, it's really over now. You see Uraraka thinking back to all the stuff that's happened to them over these few years. It's over a year or two, maybe. Everything's been settled, and that's a good thing. The world's facing forward and ready to bring it all back. I love the fact that everyone's smiling again. As you see tears start to well up in her eyes a little bit. And I don't want to be a party pooper as she's gripping her blazer really hard. We see Toga crying, with the smile crying, and then we see her like bent over, and we see Uraraka bent over in pain a little bit. That's why, just like before, I'm dealing with this lasting pain by shutting it all away. That's like a hiccup she does as you see the tears dropping down. We see her crying, and then we see Uraraka's tears coming down, and then we see a foot hit the ground. Uraraka! As we see, it's Izuku. He wasn't gonna let his girl be there by herself.
Number 428. And yeah, it's just, yeah, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going.
Go keep this train rolling.
Yeah, people were in like a bunch of discourse. It was hard to avoid any spoilers whatsoever. This is a 429. I want to give shout outs to the cover. It's the 10th anniversary image. Everyone's sitting on like a green couch. Everyone's like wearing green. It's pretty much like Deku's like colors.
Look at Aizawa have a smile.
Aizawa actually smiling is crazy.
Mineta.
Yeah, he really is like paint me. Like one of your French women.
Yeah, like their Shinzo's included.
That's good.
So's Aoyama. I just realized, look at Tokoyami. I didn't realize that Mina's rocking a suit.
In fact,
okay, girl boss, go off.
Yeah, it's true. Like a lot of them like are otherwise wearing dresses, but Mina's like, nah, forget that. I look too good in the suit. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start off 429 here. All I heard about my quirk was that it was a freak variant, unrelated to any others in my family's history. So this is just
right, this chapter.
This is interesting. This is someone's like hand, darkened like tips, like at like some of their finger joints. But not really the thumb.
This is probably the man we saw come out of that house.
Oh yeah. He continues. Out of nowhere. My mom and dad. Sorry, out of nowhere. My mom, dad, sister, uncle, aunt, grandma, grandpa, great grandpa. They stopped being nice to me. They tied me up. They locked me in the basement.
What the
That's
fuck?
Messed up, dude. Wait, what? I was so scared and sad. I started crying and screaming. So they sewed my mouth shut to keep it from opening up.
What the actual fuck?
What happened to the stairs? My mom took them down because my mom took them down because I am grounded.
That's disturbing.
I don't know how many years went by, but one day they told me the country's doomed and tossed a bunch of water and baked goods at me. After that, I never saw them ever again.
They left him food and water and dipped.
Some more time passed, and with a big crash, something cut an opening down into my basement. Just like that, I was free to go outside. So, they still locked him up, and then they dipped.
They dipped after they'd given him some food and water.
What the hell, dude? Yo!
This poor guy.
The sunlight was painful and scary because I wasn't used to it. What had I done wrong?
Literally nothing.
Why did I have to feel so sad?
Don't know.
All this time, I've been so scared and sad, and yeah, it cuts to I guess what he's probably seen. Yeah, he's looking at all this. It's just like relief. Green tea.
Hanging out of his mouth.
Green tea being served to heroes and workers. As he's peering from the corner, you see his face. He's kind of looking like a downer version of L from. sorry.
Dude, what's getting me here
from Death Note?
I know what you mean, but do you see it?
Yeah, his his skin's kind of like peeling off in like in the worst way.
There's holes from where they had to sew it,
Oh, you're right. You know what? Yeah, it's
and it's
not
part
skin.
of it's
It's
coming out of
yeah.
his
I
mouth.
oh my god, you're right. Yeah, they did just say they sewed him up. So my bad. Yeah, that's not particularly like skin falling off per se. That's just like threads of whatever was sewn like, onto his mouth. So why are all these people smiling so much? Just looks at them, a little bit of envy and possibly jealousy there. But yeah, then we transition back to Uraraka's side. So that's just kind of prepping us for like, what's to come like a little bit later. I've always loved seeing people smile. Uraraka speaking in narration. That's why I set out to be a hero. And I think this was Toga speaking to her. Ochako, you could have just done the right thing, like a plain hero, yet you went above and beyond, spared a thought for me. Is Uraraka. Gotta live on at the cost of Himiko's life. It's my fault. It looks like she gets cut off here. Uraraka! Did you see Deku's like pulling up with his
threw the blazer away. He said, "I'm coming."
in immediate defense? We see Uraraka like cover her face. Deku, like with her whole arms covering her face.
Don't look at me.
What? Why are you here? How did you? And Deku's over here like, I just knew somehow, so I left over here with One for All, because this spot is where we had our heart to heart. This is prior to the whole fight. And she rubs her face. That's not what I meant. Real quick, I said I was heading home for now. This is Itsuko over here. Which would have been fine. But I had a feeling you'd be here. But
so either way, he was gonna go check.
But why though? Why come though? When I don't feel like being seen. Sorry, he says. But I want to show you, I want you to show me what you're going through. Well, because Uraraka, she cuts over to like when he was like thinking about when she was mentioning like his hair. You've always been this way. Cuts to when he was looking at Uraraka, having the whole "what a relief" statement. She kind of looks out to him, even back during the entrance exam.
Oh shit, we going back to the beginning.
Going way back. He remembered all of this. So yeah, it's my quirk. Sorry for stopping you, but well, it's a bad omen to trip and fall. This is right after this was their entrance exam. And with the points that we need to pass, can you give him some of my points to earn? Some of the points that I earned?
Oh, that's true. She did do that.
All along. Oh, he's welding up too. All along, without fail. But Deku, well, it kind of just screams, do your best. I kind of like it.
It's true, she was the first person to ever make it positive.
You prioritize others over yourself. During the sports festival, when she lost, every time, since way back, and now she's welling up too. Deku, you gotta calm down. This is when Black Web started to materialize here. You've been saving me.
Right on his back too.
Yeah, truly. And also the shot of her like yelling to support him to stay in UA when he went vigilante for a hot minute. You've been saving me every step of the way. This is back to her saying like, this is his place, his hero academy. Let him stay here. She really can't hold it in. You're my hero. Damn.
Put this bowl of onions here.
Which is why I can't keep taking the strength of yours for granted.
We see Izuku here. Holding a hand can be enough to soothe the pain. As he's got tears in his eyes, he's grabbing her hand. My man's hands are fucked up.
Yeah, but at least he has them.
True. We see Uraraka. Oh, poor Uraraka. She looks so sad. Himiko, when heroes need protecting. It's my fault she's dead. If only I didn't get stabbed. If only my head wasn't full of pointless thoughts. As she's like kind of in Izuku's chest now. Because her quirk let her share blood with others. But it didn't have to end like that. I bet I could have found another way. If only I'd figured her out sooner. Maybe. It would have gone differently if we'd met as little kids. Who will be there to protect them? Izuku. He's crying. I get it. The same thing's been weighing on me about Tenko. About Tomura Shigaraki, I mean. As we see him, he's singing back to his talk with Spinner. I was told that I couldn't tackle that battle the same way as all the others. See, All for One himself said it, that the path I chose was a thorny one. I cut to where we can see them and the entire city. Even so, I know if we keep going above and beyond to reach out, even when nobody's asking, it'll make a difference. We see Dark Shadow and it looks like some of the other people are coming over the horizon. Ah, she really is here. Izuku's like, huh?
I think he jumped a little bit, like, oh.
I was like, are you floating or did you jump a little bit?
Oh, you know what? Well, considering the fact that like it's Araka who's actually grabbing onto him, he's kind of floating a little bit
by accident. Yep. And we see Class 1A. We see Kaminari. We see Momo. We see Dark Shadow, which means Tokoyami's there. We see Sugar Rush, Tailman.
Yeah, pretty much everyone showed up.
Yep, Ojiro, Shinzo, and then we see Suyu leaping in. Boing, 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 boing. Ochako, you silly head!
No.
And she just tackles her. I was waiting for you to open up to me. You can say whatever's on your mind. Uh-huh. Then we see Izuku looking at his hand. You see a thing of the embers as he's crying and closes his fist with a smile. See Bakugo. That was a big burst you used to get here. How's the ember doing? We see Izuku. It's fine. We see Mida. Huh? The ember? Wait, you mean... No, hold on! As we see Aizawa, he's smiling. Why didn't you say anything? Everyone's just figuring out now that Izuku is eventually gonna lose it.
Yeah, I guess they never disclosed that.
Yep. I completed One for All. The amalgamation of power woven together by courage and heroism.
Now, quickly, we need to talk about what's showing up on these panels here. Obviously, we have the whole class consulting both Araka and as well as Deku, actually, because, well, one, he's crying, and two, they just figured out about the ember. But we also have to talk about the stuff at the very bottom here.
I was gonna get to it. Trust me.
Okay, go ahead.
We see class. I see the class right there. I think that's class 1. I think it's class
2B technically.
2B, and then we see them looking at these statues, and we see one guy in front of the statues. It's Monoma. It would appear that he got his own statue.
Very nice.
For his contributions during the battle, I would assume.
Very nice, very nice.
As he did play a very important role. We see Eri. Hey, look, her horn grew back. And then we see Jiro right behind her playing the guitar. And we see Monoma just as he's with the birthday hat on, it's shining on the top. Going forward, as we see Eri singing for everybody. Going forward, as long as everyone contributes to the weaving. Oh, that's very cute.
Look at Izuku. He's so happy about this.
Like, that's my girl. Signed, farewell, Aoyama. It's at Aoyama's farewell party.
Farewell party.
And then we see a shot of the city. Broadening the scope of the billboard chart, you say? That's one part of the plan, yeah. But only once the country's on its feet again, of course. It's clear that plenty of folks besides us pro-heroes played a huge role in the war. We see who's talking. It's Hawks. Which is why we should also be giving props to heroes in the original sense of the word, and not just currently employed professionals. Professional capital H heroes. All Might in a neck brace in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I thought you might want to lean away from the whole popularity contest altogether. We see Hawks. That makes sense. If you're only seeing the cons of the system and none of the pros. But I'm talking about an update that doesn't toss the baby out with the bathwater. That is an old saying, yeah. Because even the greatest of all time, as he's eating, it looks like a skewer, maybe yakitori. Because even the greatest of all time can only handle so much.
The goat, you would say.
The goat, you would say. And if we're hoping to save more folks, those saviors got to include more than just pros. All Might, I see. In the hopes of cultivating any number of great heroes. As he's like cleaning, as he finishes his sticker. Skewer. We see our man here who escaped. The heroes are working, and you see this man just stumbling into the streets, looking like a mess. Just
Yeesh.
Why? We see everyone. We see people that are walking around looking happy. It's a man. It's like a mutant man and his pregnant wife, by the looks of it.
Aye.
Why? Close up to him. Just me. We see his fingers start oozing this black substance. I don't know what it is exactly.
Yeah, that's
Why
interesting. Yeah.
Why did I suffer? You there, boy! As an old lady grabs his hand. We've seen this old lady before. If we're correct here, this is the same lady who didn't help Tenko. And she said, I still wonder whether or not a hero helped that little boy after I walked away. Now and then it keeps me up at night. That day, Izuku Midoriya demonstrated to society the need to support each other. He taught us that sitting back and doing nothing isn't an option. I know that what he did hit home with society. And I bet that someday soon, we see that she was watching that on TV, and everyone is like looking around at what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you'll be just fine because Granny is here to help. Oh, and he looks so like someone's helping me and showing me kindness. This is true. This is the change in hero society right here, bro.
Yeah, that was a change.
I feel like if you want to say something like this is a great change. This is like hero society to get better.
Yeah, I want to point out actually, as he was reaching out to him, you see like over in the distance, you actually see Uraraka and Deku from a distance. They see this and they were going to rush in.
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that. Yeah, there they are.
The whole thing about with Hawks and Bakugo saying like, "Hey, I was there faster." He was like, "Oh, really? Now Granny's faster. Granny's faster than them."
Right, and we see them both like they just stopped, and then we hear Ida say, "Hey, is all well, you two?" We see them both smile. Heroes will have time to kill. Like there's still gonna be pro heroes that are like meant to handle bigger tasks, but even civilians can in a way be heroes.
That was nice. That was a really great chapter. They kind of sewed up two things as well. We were kind of concerned that this was going to be like a really big threat, and it could have been. It really could have been. But Granny went in there. She took care of that.
She still got it.
And of course, we had to acknowledge the fact that they gave Izuku and Uraraka like a good moment.
No, they didn't confirm the ship, people. I know, and I would have liked it distinctly confirmed too. But let's still take this as an implied thing.
I would also take it as that as well. Now we do have one last chapter here. I've heard some things here and there. Yeah, I've heard some things here and there, but ultimately not spoiled over here.
The final chapter of My Hero Academia. It has been 10 years.
10 years. And you know what, Mark? I'm gonna drink this ocean bomb for them. This is All Might's mango pineapple flavor. It's a sparkling water, but
oh yeah, I see it at the store all the time.
Yeah, I saw this when I was doing some shopping over at Box Lunch for the first time, so I was like, yeah, let's do this. A toast to My Hero Academia. As we look at, oh, this smells great. As we look out to the final illustration of a 2-pager starting off with 430. It's Izuku. His hair's actually growing back. He still has a scar, which of course scars just kind of, that's how they work. And yeah, all of Class 2A, everyone's showing up. Even All Might. And Shinsu's also included too. And Aoyama.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
These past 10 years are why we are here now.
Wow, dude. I was gonna say, where did you get that from? I was like, that's crazy.
It's right here. It's like, good. It's good, isn't it? It's right there. There's a couple things in here they're gonna hit, and they're gonna hit like a fucking freight train. Oh.
Okay, I'm not ready for it. All the more reason to get started here. All right. If you guys noticed, Facecam is in full color instead of black and white. We're ready. We got the full colored page spread here. First page. Here we go. It's already been destroyed. And that depends on what you people decide to do tomorrow. So we've heard those lines before. So same as how we've heard these words before. People are not born equal. We each take shape differently, which leads us to care about others. It's because one's mind and body are unlike anyone else's, that we're drawn to others in the search for common ground. We're cutting over here. Oh my god.
He's so big!
I think this is Coda.
It's Coda, and he's he's a student at UA.
He's a student at UA. He's like, Midoriya. Sorry, I mean, Deku Sensei. Yeah, we're meeting up for the practical exercise this afternoon. I might have to take a quick breather because like the congestion hit again.
Take a drink before you die.
A little bit of narration. I'll just take the rest of this page here. This was the truth about society. And yeah, this is Deku here. At the bus stop, I'll also be a lesson on. Sorry, yeah. At the bus stop, it'll also be a lesson on how to get to USJ. I learned at age 17.
We see the thing of all the things that have happened recently, because if you can't tell, it's like I feel like a lot of time has skipped by.
Yeah, it's a time skip.
And as we see Izuku coming home to Mama Midoriya. They're like, yay! We see this got me when I noticed it. Look at it's Gran Torino is walking again with all my
out of the wheelchair. Yeah.
We see Izuku and Bakugo and all the rest of Class 1A, I guess 2A now technically, taking a test. Murako with her prosthetics. Mount Lady with Kamui Woods helping a helicopter. We see Eri and Koda holding hands when they were kids. We see, it's President Mike and Aizawa. Don't tell me that's...
Yeah, their homie has been gone. Their homie's been gone for a while.
Shirakumo's grave. Then we see the Todoroki family. It looks like Shoji receiving an award.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, he would get that award.
And then we see the rest of the class looking at. I'm not exactly sure who this is, but if you were to ask me who I think this is, that they're all seeing, I was like, "Is that Melissa?"
Melissa! Hell yeah,
it's like Melissa from the back. It looks very much like Melissa.
I think so too.
I'm just going over all the things we see here so I can get to the text. We see Bakugo working hard at his physical therapy as he's doing the grip test thing. We see the book, The League of Villains. Spinner actually made the book. We see Uraraka and Deku watching the snow. I'm not sure who this is reading the book or looking at me, or looking at the book or something like that. And then we see Ida. Look at Ida with his new cut. And it looks like, they graduated. And then we see, I guess at the graduation ceremony, there was an explosion behind Ida. And we see some of the students coming out.
Yeah, Bakugo leads that charge. Is great.
All right, and the last two I'll say for when we get through the text. There's no denying that on that day, I felt everyone's support, hopes, and prayers. Even now, those voices encourage me. If sparing a thought for someone else is the first step toward herodom, then on that day, everyone was a great hero. We see Izuku gripping the embers in his hand. I was hardly cut out for the dream I held, but it came true for me anyway. And the tale that began when my body took action before I could think, as we see the embers start to blow off of his hand, comes to an end along with the ember of One for All. In that case, why am I still writing this? We see the last bit blow off of his hand because there are more pages yet to come.
Man, dude. It's very poetic with just a photo collage, but also the embers, like, over the years, just naturally go away.
Oh, there's one panel I didn't mention. That would be the one where it looks like the class is just racing during, like, PE or something. 8 years later.
Damn, just, like, hit you like a ton of bricks like that.
All right, we see a teacher here. High school is just around the corner for you, bunch. You're to fill out and turn in your career goal forms by next week. We see one of the guys. It's got to be UA's hero course for me. See this other guy. Support items are all the rage these days. I'm shooting to get hired at Lightly Labs.
Lightly Labs.
We see we see her. There she is. It's Hatsume. That's the design agency where that brainiac Hatsume works. Man, I like her. I like what they did with her design. It makes sense. We see this one lady behind her. Would you please bathe? Stinky.
She's mad stinky, but at least she's following her dreams.
Right. We see this girl who's kind of like a lighter haired Jiro kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I'll follow in the footsteps of Dr. Ryu Yoshida. Club Penguin,
dude.
And become a physician who can cure the incurable. You can count on that. We see this kind of like a doggish, foxish girl. She says, "I want to join Gel Incorporated." Which went down in history during the Cyber War 5 years back. Girl bosses who can code are awesome too. I think the company is owned by La Brava and Gentle. Very nice. Gentle and La Brava. Gel. Go to the next page. That one guy who was saying the first guy who said the hero course is for him. What? You're also shooting for the hero track? We see this boy right here. He says, "Hey, don't peek. Gonna be kind of tough given your quirk. I mean, come on, Dai. Well, you never know. This interesting design. I think he has an interesting design with his hair. It's a bowl
Yeah.
cut. It's got like these
Little
circles
spots.
that are around it.
Yeah.
And his name is Dai, which is like actually the same name as that one Dragon Quest manga protagonist, which is Dai.
Huh. I wonder. That's definitely a nod. That is 100% a nod. Anyway, continue.
Possibly, especially since the villain emergence rate is on the downturn, which means they're cutting back on the number of pro heroes. We're looking at an era where only the uber powerfuls can be heroes.
I guess that's for the better, I guess.
All right, we see a cut to the city, and then to our boy Dai here walking. Everyone's really changed. We see panels of
Just
All
the
Might,
past.
Endeavor, Best Jeanist, Bakugo, Todoroki, Izuku. When we were little, every last one of us was nuts about All Might, Endeavor, Best Jeanist, Deku, Great Explosion Murder God Dynamite,
Damn.
Shoto.
He kept the name.
Yep, we wanted to be them. I get it. I'm the only one who never grew up. So when I'm feeling unsure of myself, I always come here. Oh, he goes to the All Might statue.
Whoa.
We see a younger Dai looking up at the statue. Ready to try your best as a first year Dai? Uh-huh. As you look at the statue. We get a cut right here. We see Shoji. And I like the ponytail.
Shoji's cut, bro.
Bro is
holy.
ripped. Tentacle, you've done remarkable work since your debut as a pro. You've devoted your efforts toward finding peaceful resolution to conflicts surrounding discrimination based on body type, which is still a concern in rural areas. In recognition of your achievements and influence, you're the latest recipient of the Imamura Peace Prize.
And I think that's Anima in the back.
We see Shoji. He's speaking now. I'm dedicating the honor to those who joined the uprising 8 years ago. All I've done is stand atop the resolve that they demonstrated to the world. Nothing more. We're getting more catch-ups here. Next in team-up news, Ingenium, Froppy, Creati, and Uravity have been touring elementary schools nationwide. Look at how grown-up everyone's gotten.
Yeah. I'll give shout-outs to Araka's new look. You can see the mask underneath.
Right. I like her new look. I think it's cool. I like what she's done with her hair. It's a bit longer. Recent times have seen a decline of the villain emergence rate and the broadening of the role that heroes play in society. Part of this expansion is the plan spearheaded by Uravity to expand access to quirk counseling, which is thought to be the most essential initiative of all in this day and age.
Wow.
So they're saying Uraraka is very much responsible because she's doing quirk counseling, which is to help cut down on the rate of villains. It's Aerie and she's all grown up.
Man, dude.
Look at little Aerie.
She's grown. And so is the horn.
She's good.
So, yeah.
We see Aerie with two friends, and she's got I think it's a guitar case.
Yeah, I guess she got influenced big time.
Right, and then we see Aizawa. His hair's a lot shorter now. Hey, you seen this, Midoriya? Your old pal is about to drop a few notches down the Billboard chart. Again. Kachan? We see Bakugo on the phone. Who said you could get up in my face? I ain't your entertainment. You want to die, pal? He said, you were trying to clean up his act, right? This is what Izuku says to Aizawa. I'm trying to see what that says. So much. His head's... especially his language. So much for that. Aizawa says Todoroki's really going to take the lead now. You going to take it now? You still need me to keep going?
I'll do my best. Well, he's out there doing good day and night. Might be a little awkward, but he treats all fans equally with respect. This is Todoroki we see in the panel. Shorter hair now. And these days, people are thanking him as Endeavor's son. Less and less. You know how Togeda Senpai skyrocketed to the top of the chart? So Mirio's doing hard work over there. Surpassing...
so Mirio is the #1 hero.
Surpassing Kamiya Woods and Mount Lady along the way. Well, now Monoma and Honuki are matching that energy and coming up fast. The other day, Togeda Senpai even joked about quaking in his booties.
His booties.
Do you miss it? As I ask. Well, the thing is, Deku says, when you and Hua Senpai were chatting all those years ago, yeah, a thought just occurred to me. Oh, that's what it was. I might be quirkless again, but as long as I made use of my experiences and encourage others, well, there's something kind of awesome about that. I'm pretty awesome, right? Maybe? You should be stricter with your students.
Meh.
Immediately shoots him down, but as all continues, I'm telling you, it matters. These days, the types of kids who make it here to learn from us are basically given a golden ticket to be future heroes. We have to be tough, keep them humble, so they don't get big heads. Understood? You were so nice to us, though, Sensei. So we cut over. Dude, I saw the panel of, like, obviously we see this is a Deku. He's walking. He's got normal shoes on. Very sad. Such a downgrade.
His loafers.
The loafers. I was gonna say the right side of that panel just remind me of that card game shop that Yugi goes to.
Someone pointed this out. They said, "Oh my God, Jiro and Kaminari opened their hero agencies next to each other."
Oh, I see that too.
I was like, that seems like another hint that couple pairing.
Yeah. So I should probably continue with the narration here. Ever since we all started working, our time off never seemed to line up. It's kind of hard to plan get-togethers. So yeah, Tokoyami.
Dark Wings could be yours.
Dark Wings could be yours. Why is Tokoyami looking at me like that?
Is that a cologne bottle?
I think so. That's funny. Absurdly popular with the male demographic. It's the chivalrous Red Riot. Now, dive into a surprising origin story and see the little kids running past Izuku here. Look, it's red. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they just mispronounced it. Unbreakable. I do get a real kick out of seeing everyone else's success. And when I get to thinking about our time in school, I tend to come here. A statue's fist. But not before Deku sees one of the kids trip and immediately dives for them. As it cuts to the reference of him like leaping into danger for the first time in the first chapter. Yeah, in the next page here. Obviously, he catches one of the kids, but unfortunately, yeah, I think he got his arm like impacted by that. But unfortunately, someone else like falls over. He's like, ouch! But look, it's like, close call. Thanks, mister.
Bow, 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 bow.
Unfortunately, Izuku, like, he's looking to like the kid. He's looking to another kid who just fell over, and that kid's actually die. Deku? Izuku Midoriya? Well, he really exists. Holy cow!
He also acted like Izuku did. He dove to try to help the kid.
Oh, I see. He was actually trying. Oh, I see. I didn't really make that connection. Izuku could only give his condolences as he gives a handkerchief over to die. No. So they go to talking for a little bit. Was that so? You're almost in high school? Oh, dude, I just got hit with parallels about like him meeting like All Might for the first time. But let's just see how this develops. Yeah, they say that the times are changing fast and in big ways. So someone like me can't really keep up anymore since I've got a super wimpy quirk compared to my classmates. That's why I visit All Might statue and ask him. Deku looks at Dai. Dai just kind of like looks out. If I can become a hero, yeah. If I can become a hero like all of you did, Deku continues to look.
Like, oh, this hits home. This hits home for him.
Because it really was the, can I be a hero like you, All Might? But just like in Izuku fashion, he kind of talks a little bit more. Your quirk allows you to throw those saucer-like objects from your hair? Hair-based quirk.
Interesting.
Taking a cue from Mineta, that should be workable. Could stack them for boosted strength and maybe even like change their size. Seems quite versatile. Mutter. Dai's completely freaked out by this, like, creepy, but also encouraging at the same time. But yeah, he just parts these words. You'll be fine. After all, didn't you make an effort to reach out with a helping hand just now? Damn. Ever since my own dream came true, it's been my turn to plan, to plant dreams into others. You can be a hero, Izuku says confidently.
This one hit me hard.
Ooh. He puts a hand on Dai's shoulder, just to encourage him. Do your best, kid. Just give them a smile. Oh!
This
Ooh.
one hit me hard, bro. When I saw the Izuku telling him you can be a hero, I was like, ah.
I'd be lying if I claim I didn't miss it all. But as long as I could still inspire and encourage others, then I'd say this is still the tale of how we became great heroes. As he walks over to UA, he's now a teacher. The end.
But do you see a little hand right there?
I do see a hand right there. And I guess there's more to it. Yeah, we're not quite done yet. Yeah, as you said, a hand reaches out. All Might takes that the end and just crunches it, grabs it.
Old Might.
Old Might, really? You're late, kid. And he's still tall as hell, dude.
He's still a big guy.
He's really tall.
Oh, he's massive.
Izuku's like, I would have met you at the airport if I'd known. Oh, I've got a surprise gift for you. Oh, is it a wall scroll? No. The data obtained from the battle between me and All For One 8 years ago apparently opened up all sorts of exciting possibilities. Dude, I think I know where this is going. All Might takes his briefcase. You know, the one that he fought All For One with? Well, just as quirks themselves grow and deepen, so too does technology. You mastered using multiple quirks at once, so I want you out there giving us more data. Deku is shocked. This must have cost a fortune. I can't. Well, my overseas friend and young Hatsume came together to create this. Yeah, it's Melissa and Hatsume working together. And the project was funded by our old chums from Class A, led by Bakugo. Because the homie's got cash, he's got bands for days. Now, don't try to hide it. Your body still has a way into leaping to action, right? All Might looks to him. Take this to heart, kid. You've also earned this power fair and square. Oh! Yeah, he smiles. All of us. For all time. Dude, it's Bakugo. Reaches out. Come on, Deku. Ooh.
The last page.
This is crazy. Yeah, here's Hawks. More time to kill than ever, I wonder. Traffic's all backed up because of landslide on Warstar Road. Requesting heroes who can respond. What the hell is this?
It's the ghost of Shigaraki.
Yo. Deku looks back and he looks forward as we have a huge spread here. Number 430.
All their future designs.
Everyone's hero designs from Class 2A, well, now graduated. And Deku joins the fray. This is the tale of how we'll keep reaching out to help for all time. Number 430, My Hero Academia. Whoa.
Let's talk about everyone's designs right here.
Okay.
I like Izuku's design. I like those metallic, he's got his power arms now.
Yeah.
We see Shoto, he's looking pretty much the same, short hair, but it's still looking good.
Yeah.
Bakugo looks pretty much the same.
Pretty much.
Uraraka, I'm looking respectfully.
I'm just saying she's
They look great.
well, yeah. But then we see Mineta. He's added some gauntlets, appears.
Yeah. They actually have some of the balls already attached. Cool.
We see Ida over here with his classic Ingenium kind of outfit.
I feel like it's changed a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Sue looks pretty much the same, I think.
She honestly didn't even need the upgrade. Really never needed the upgrade.
Kaminari's changed a little bit.
Yeah. Kind of like that look.
Yeah, you got the lightning bolt on the side. And then we see Sero looking essentially the same.
It's a little look scruffy, but he's otherwise hasn't really changed his fit.
Tailman, on the other hand.
Tailman looks pretty sick.
I like the look. I like the jacket, I like the fur collar. And Anima over here looking pretty good.
Yeah, homie literally digivolved.
Aoyama made it back to them.
Unchanged. Perfect the way he was.
We see Invisible Girl right there, just the peace signs.
Didn't need to change. Didn't need to change.
Sugar Rush, he's gone mask off. Jiro looking more free spirited.
Yeah, it's pretty much kind of similar to the exact same like fit that she had before, but
Momo's added a headset. Kaminari looking pretty badass, bro. Kirashima.
Yeah, it now looks a little bit more familiar to like I think it was Red Riot or whoever his influence was. It looks a lot more like him now.
I like the teeth he added to his mask.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, he's still wearing sleeves.
And then as we see, there's Shoji. He's rocking the ponytail now. I like Mina's design. I think Mina looks good.
Yeah, it honestly like it's kind of similar to Kirishima as far as like hair growing out.
Mm-hmm. Along with her horns being more prominent, and she got the kind of like a fur collar right there, along with like her wristband still.
Yeah.
Tokoyami looking extra frizzled. Hey yo, Shinzo looking badass.
Yeah, we need to get like the full character spread for all of them, but I do want to see like Shinzo's. I think that's everybody.
But yeah, and just to be sure, just to go over more of Uraraka. Uraraka's got her headset now. Her outfit looks
right.
Primarily the same.
Primarily the same. The only changes are like the mask underneath, which I mean, that is a nod to Toga, yes. Yeah, otherwise the headset's kind of different, and she still has the wire stuff, but otherwise she's like the exact same like costume, and like honestly, that style never needed to change.
I'm also not the only one. I want to point this out. I'm not the only one pointing this out. Everyone's saying like, bro, Uraraka got thick.
Relax. I mean, yeah, they're older now, but like, fair.
It's fair game now.
That's not. I mean, you said that.
I'm kidding.
I wanted to kind of redirect that thirst towards the design that Baku has still. Remember when we saw that like instance of like what they were going to look like, and people noted the fact that they were going to like add like extra threads there.
I like. I take that as a respectful thing to Edge Shot, in my opinion. Oh, now that they look closer, Saro has a mustache now.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, he kind of looks like Aizawa because of that. Yeah, that really is it though. I just like double check. Yeah, that's it.
If I was to say who age has like made the biggest difference in looks, I would give that to probably Sugar Rush, Tailman, Uraraka,
maybe Shinzo if we get a full spread.
Shinzo, yeah, and Mina. I think age is like that. You can definitely tell they've aged.
Yeah, everyone's age. I think as far as their costume like direction, then there is some similarities, but otherwise like big growth over there.
Yes, I was beaming. Neurons activated. Yes, but no. I will, but that's one of the reasons I can tell Uraraka has grown is because yes, her proportions have gotten larger. Whereas the same thing could be said with like Shoji. Shoji's gotten fucking huge, and so has Sugar Rush. Same with Mina. Mina's clearly bigger. It's like you can definitely tell it's been some time. Minetta's I was kind of hoping for maybe a little bit more Minetta's outfit.
I hope he's gotten taller. If not, I'm sorry. It's been such a long run on it. And I think as like an epilogue, this is great. Obviously, if we're following Izuku's shoes, we didn't know what was going to happen to him. Obviously, we knew that he's going to lose his quirk, and that's still like relatively the case. But ultimately, like what they're saying is that kind of stuff doesn't really matter per se, given like how the terrain is now. There's much more focus on like different like areas to contribute to society and then just become a pro hero. Like one of the biggest things that we see is the 8 years later, and you see everyone like going to high school, these new character faces, in an exact parallel to how it was in chapter 1. But instead of just like unanimously going for hero courses, everyone has like a different input instead. So that's just kind of like is a reflection to like everyone's like contributions and everything that we've seen in the lore of My Hero going forward.
Mm-hmm. I really like everyone's designs,
and of course I really thought that they were going to just like leave it at that and be like, oh, Deku's quirkless, but at least he's a teacher at UA, so he's not like all like bad off right now. And then All Might gave him a solid, Horikoshi gave us a solid and said like, hey, you know what, remember the movies are canon, and gives us the briefcase of hope.
And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I mean there's implied couples that I count as canon.
Oh, here we go.
Uraraka. I take Uraraka and Izuku as a couple.
All right.
Same for Kaminari. I keep saying Kaminari when I do. I go Kaminari and Jiro. Kirishima and Mina. I feel like all of those are safe bets.
It's tough. I kind of like honestly, like it would be nice to get closure on like relationships on that front. This is definitely more of a focus on like, well, it's us like all moving forward, and we're not necessarily like focusing on like that particular side story. But we do know that there is actually going to be a project underway for My Hero, but we don't know what it is exactly.
The secret. Yes, the secret project.
Yeah, when is that going to be announced? Is that literally tomorrow? It's just been a long time coming. We taken this time to read like 3 other chapters, and then this one. But yeah, it's a solid ending. Like honestly, this is something that I'm pretty sure Horikoshi aimed for. Just something that's a very satisfying ending at the end. Having told everything he wanted to tell, and it's a place where like the series could just end right there, or potential like spiritual sequel can like take its place.
He could do a sequel. We don't necessarily know if he's going to do a sequel, but we'll see.
I know that we're having another movie that takes place prior to the war stuff per se, or maybe even during. But
I'm looking forward to it.
I feel like we could have a movie that is like the after stuff. It could be the romance thing, and I totally be down for that one. But moreover, just seeing like how everyone goes into action this many years later, and this is like
some bonus stuff. It's been such a wild ride.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, Horikoshi Sensei, because this was you told a great story. I know people say My Hero fans. They see My Hero fans are the worst, and yes, some My Hero fans. Can
Yeah,
be
I agree. They're all terrible.
Not all. There are definitely some that are good people, but there's a lot. I will say I have seen a lot of toxicity, but there are good people
in the city.
There are good people that get given a bad name, but the overall story of My Hero has always been good.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah. Honestly, like I've seen some talks about like the fandom in that kind of representing like My Hero like unfairly, and honestly, if you could just kind of like read it like for your own judgment, then I think you'll really still enjoy it, like regardless.
Like it is a good series, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
And I really enjoyed reading this manga and watching I am behind a bit on the anime, but I've been reading the manga all these years.
Mm-hmm.
And the anime has been great. The manga, it's been such a good time keeping up with it. Always good content. And Horikoshi worked hard on this. I'm glad he got to wrap it up. And I'm wishing him nothing but luck in hoping he gets another success, just as successful as this.
Yeah, I feel the same. Yeah, I think that's everything, Mark. I think I've said enough like from my piece. I think you've said everything you wanted to say, but just in case, is there anything you want to say before we go ahead and wrap up?
Thank you all for keeping up with us on these updates. I hope you've enjoyed them. I hope you all have enjoyed My Hero as much as we have. And yeah, it's been a great time. I hope everyone has good days, good years to come.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you guys later.
And I guess I'll also say as well that I appreciate everyone who's been following this ever since we decided to like adopt like the manga reads and any type of adaptation of like reactions and whatnot for the series. It's been a good one, and I don't regret doing that. So don't know what the future holds for that, but I hope that everyone has been inspired by the series as we have. So again, I thank everybody for watching for this one. And yeah, we'll see you guys in another video, I suppose. Take care, everybody. #MyHeroAcademia.